Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Math is where math become easy by Aisha Azhar. Today our topic of discussion is understand statistical investigations involving data for discrete and continuous numerical variable. This is a mathematical presentation which will show you that how you can present discrete or continuous numerical variable in a data while doing statistical investigations. There are 9 basic steps to do so. The step number 1 is to understand different type of data. First of all, we will learn that either the data is discrete or it is continuous. What do you mean by discrete data? The data which is countable and non-divisible figures. डिस्क्रीट डाटा में हमारे पास वैल्यूज़ के दरमियान में डिस्टेंसेस होते हैं लाइक 1, 2, 3, 4. The values between 1 and 2 are not included in the data. Whereas in the continuous data, the data is represented in a range of values like in an interval. For example, the closed interval from 0 to 1 or an open interval from 0 to 1. Now interval means that all the values from 0 to 1 are included in that interval. If it is a closed interval, the value 0 and 1 is also included in the interval, and if it is an open interval, the value 0 and 1 is not included in the interval, while other all values, entire values include in the interval. Now we will come towards the second step, that is collecting the data. We will discover how we will collect the data. There are many means by which we can collect the data, like we can use survey, we can do experiments, or we can observe by ourselves and have some observations, our personal observation. Example, we can conduct a survey to find out how many hours your classmates spend studying each day. The next step is step number 3, visualize the data. That is how to represent the data. There are many ways to represent the data. We can use tables, graphs, and charts to represent the data. Example, create a bar graph to show the number of students who prefer different subjects in your class. The next fourth step is to find the middle value. Learn about the measures like mean, median, and mode. Mean gives us the average value, median gives us the middlemost value, and mode gives us the most common or frequently occurring value. To calculate the average score of a class in a math quiz, this is an example. The next step, number 5, is to measure spread. That is variance between the data. For this we must understand how to find out range. The difference between the highest and the lowest value is called range, and how to represent variability in the data. Example, the range of the heights of the student in your class. For this you will find the difference between the highest height in your class and the lowest height in your class. The next step, number 6, is examine data shape. Identify if the data is symmetric or skewed, and recognize modes, that is peak values. Example, observe the shape of a histogram of daily temperature in your city. Step number 7 is to identify outliers. Spot extreme values that don't fit the pattern in your data. Example, identify an outlier in a list of test scores that seem significantly higher or lower than the rest of. The eighth step is summarize with statistics. Use quartiles. Divide data into 4 parts. And standard deviation, measure of data spread to summarize the data. Example, to calculate the interquartile range for the number of books read by the students in your grade. The last step, step number 9, is to create clear report explaining your method, showing graphs and interpreting what the data means. Example, write a report on the survey you conduct, including a graph of study time and an explanation of what it suggests about the study habits. Thank you for watching. For more videos, like and subscribe my channel. Allah Hafiz.